Hey y'all, POV Gardening back with another video. We're just gonna be planting some corn outside today. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the corn, and let me just turn this light off for you. There we go. Here's the corn. It's getting big. It's getting taller than these lights, so it is definitely time to plant, and there's not much dirt in here. I did notice, however, that a small tomato plant started growing. I'm assuming this was from one of the seeds I had put in here from last year. So I have zero clue why it's randomly growing now, but it doesn't really matter. I'm actually really happy with it. For some reason, I think I have a small carrot plant growing here. What the heck? Well, anyways, we're just gonna take that out. But yeah, we're gonna go plant these outside. So I'm gonna grab this and I'll meet you outside. Alrighty, so we got the little corn plants and all the seeds, and it's a nice day out, so we're gonna start planting. Now, I do have a couple things to say. This strawberry plant from last year died. I think it's because I didn't cover it with mulch over the winter, which it says to do, but it has not come back up yet, and it should have already. So we're gonna end up putting that tomato seedling into that bucket instead. And over here, we still have all these grow bags, which could still put more stuff in, but I think I would like the corn to go back, maybe a couple of the things of corn to go back here where it was. We are not going to be using the corn patch this year, however, because there's just not enough sun there, and it's covered with weeds, and I really do not feel like doing rototilling right now, but, you know. We're only going to be planting corn and the tomato because I am going to be moving to Manchester with my dad. And so we're going to be probably building raised bed gardens there, and I'm just going to have to replant the garden. But I should be posting it, like videos there and whatnot. But yeah, so there might not be very many videos being uploaded this summer, but I'm going to try and see what I can do. But yeah. Alright, I've decided that we're going to be planting the corn in these two grow bags, and that we're just going to be planting that tomato seedling in that bucket over there, and we might be able to put this tomato cage around it when it gets bigger. But we'll see. It's kind of experimental at this point because these were supposed to have gone in the garden at least a month ago. Alright, maybe like half a month ago, so more like 2 to 3 weeks ago. But the weather was just really cold and rainy. But it should be fine now. Everything's growing, and it's still spring, so it's pretty nice out. But yeah. So let's get to planting. I do want to point out that there are a lot of dandelion seeds around here. So hopefully we don't have any dandelions growing, and no big deal if we do. We'll just pull them out. Because dandelions, they're not really a weed, they're obviously a flower, but they can be quite annoying, and we have a lot of them in New Hampshire here. So, yeah. I mean, they're also called wish flowers when they're in their seeding stage right here, but, well, anyways, we're just gonna get to pulling the weeds out and stuff, and, yep, I'll see you in a sec. Alright, we got another update here. I see that these carrot plants started growing from last year. No clue why that they randomly started growing now, like they didn't germinate last year, but I'm not going to question it. And I'm also noticing that this dirt is very, very nice. The soil is in good condition, but we have a lot of just little plants here to pull out and stuff and throw away. But yeah. Alright, we got most of this soil here turned up and aerated and stuff, and I've just been pulling out the weeds, but this stuff is super nice. There's also been a lot of decomposing mulch in it over the winter, so it should be very nutritious. And yep, I'm gonna start planting seedlings now. Alright, we got 3 of the seedlings planted. It went pretty well, but their roots were tangled up here, and I was really trying to keep them from snapping, because obviously once you have a root that's snapped, then it's not going to grow very well. It'll just die. So I'm really trying to be delicate with these things, but they kind of all grew together at the roots. But I'm gonna put the other 3 in here. I had this thing of wood over because I was trying to prop my phone up to record, but it didn't really work. So yeah, I'll just plant the rest in here, I guess, after I clean it out. Corn is really a shallow rooted crop, so that's why you have to grow enough of them together that the wind is not going to knock them all down, because it does happen. But that's why I'm having 3 in each, but I might have to tie them down or something, which is really petty because it's corn. But I also am not going to put 6 in one of these bags because they do have to be spaced enough. It's like 8 inches apart, 12-inch rows or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to transplant these into there and then I'll see you. So for the seedling, we're just going to have a small little trench here and let the roots go in sideways. I'll try and show this the best I can. See, I lay them across. And then, see if I can do this while holding the camera. I then scoop the dirt over the roots. And then I do that on the other side and I pat it down. Okay, it's standing up. Maybe I can show you. Scoop the dirt down over the trench of roots you just made. Make sure it's standing upright. And you're just gonna lightly pat down around it. And over that trench you made, make sure to cover soil. And just pat down relatively firmly. Not too much. You don't want to damage it. But just enough. So now it's gonna be able to stay up when it gets watered and when it's slightly windy. So that's how you do it. And that's what I'm doing for all of these. So that's how you can do it in rows too. Alright, I got them all in. They're looking good. Now I'm gonna move them somewhere sunny because, of course, corn likes sun, full sun, as a matter of fact. They don't need to be watered too much, but enough. So water them like, I don't know, basically just when it's hot and stuff. They don't need watering as much as other plants, but still water them. That's how you get good corn. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm gonna plant this tomato plant in here, and I'll hope I can show you the process of this. So this strawberry plant just never grew back here, so I was assuming it's dead because it's just not doing anything, which is a pretty good sign that it's dead. And when I dig up these roots here, I want to see what comes up, because this is, oh, that's really in there. Hopefully this isn't, yeah, that's all rotted. Ugh, smells. Yeah, that was rotting. You can see right there, it's all wet, and yeah, that was not gonna grow back. That's too bad. We only got 1 strawberry from it, and I'd actually recorded it, but I ended up deleting the footage, and I never made a video on it. And this soil is really wet, which is fine, of course, but yeah, that's too bad. We're gonna find a new home for this here tomato plant, so I'm just gonna overturn a lot of the soil. Ugh, but the problem is now that there's a lot of strawberry roots in here, like the plants. So I guess I'll just get back to you when I get all of them out. Alright, I got the soil all set up. So now what we're gonna do with this is, I actually am just gonna do this with my hand. I'm not gonna use the spade because I don't want it cutting the roots. I grab it, right, all the roots came up. You don't want them catching, of course. And I totally forgot the first step. Right, don't do what I just did. What you're gonna do is dig a hole in the middle here, just move the soil out of the way. That might be a little deep. Right. Now we're gonna grab our tomato plant, and we're just gonna put it right in that hole and move the soil around it. Okay, that was not the tomato plant. We're good. Now we're gonna pat it around the soil. It's the exact same thing as the corn. And there we go. We have that's how you transplant a tomato seedling. And we're all done with this. And actually, this is a really good way to germinate things, I found out, is get one of these tin foil, like, I don't know, those pans you can buy at like Thanksgiving or something. I'm sure you can buy them year round too. But you fill it all the way up with dirt and just set them kind of in a windowsill, and they'll germinate well. And what's really good is a lot of the times they come with these plastic lids that you can slap on here. And well, when you do that, it creates a greenhouse effect essentially. So you can just water it and leave it on the windowsill for like a week or something, and because that has a cover on it, it doesn't dry out. and the greenhouse effect will warm up the soil and you'll be good. So it's a great way to do it indoors if you want to start early. And I mean, that's basically what I did, so yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna have to drag those 2 grow bags over to basically where this one is on the side here, because this is where it gets a lot of sun here. As you can see, because, well, there's a lot of woods around us, there's a lot of shade too, like right there and stuff. But right here, where the rest of the garden is, it's a good place, and I think I'll be good just to put the stuff here. There's no flowers here right there or anything, so we should be good. Alrighty. Got them moved. Pretty freaking heavy, you'd be surprised. Now all we gotta do is water them. And I have no clue where that's going, but we'll figure out something. But let's get to watering. Alright, we got nice cold water in here. You don't want hot water, that's no bueno. Plants don't like hot water. Well, I shouldn't say they don't like it, but you're just gonna want some nice mellow stuff right here. And I'm just gonna water. That doesn't need a ton. It should be fine. It's supposed to be raining this next week here anyways. But just kinda water here. Grow bags are very, what's the word for it? They just drain water really, really well, which means when you're watering, you want to put a little more water than you normally would, because they'll just drain right out and the stuff will dry out a little more. Ooh, I just splashed all over me. Did not mean to do that. This plant is not really staying up. It's fine though. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. It was a fun day in the garden today. I hope I can make more videos soon when I move. But that's just about it from me. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna have my Instagram down in the description, so be sure to help out with that. Helps a lot. I appreciate it. Have a good one.